Hi, I'm Shunpou-M, ikebana artist. What I'm gonna tell you about this time is the scissors for ikebana. For those who have watched my videos in the past, probably you realize the shapes. In ikebana, we use this kind of scissors which look completely different from those we often see. The reason why I want to talk about them is that they're full of knowledges all the Japanese have. So in many ways, this pair of scissors are useful, like cutting, chopping, peeling, and making curves. And there are some rules to be followed. There are two types of floral scissors, tsuru-te and warabi-te. So let me explain how to use and in what sense they differ. There is just one difference, handle. Tsuru-te is the one to hold with fingers. Warabi-te is held with your whole hand. Okay, let's take a closer look. This type of scissors are called warabi-te. They are made of steel and connected with a small rivet. And on purpose, they're fastened not so tightly that they work loose. For example, if I release the lower hand, now you see it. And they have very thick and sharp blades, which enable lots of functions I'll tell you later. And how to hold is this. First, put the upper hand in here, between thumb and index finger. Then grab it reverse and the lower hand goes down. So with the rest 4 fingers, support the lower hand. That's how to hold. Sometimes I see people holding scissors like this, putting an index finger in between, probably because they can hold it stable. Nice try, but if you do this, when cutting a thick stem, you have to switch holding, and it may cause finger injuries. I don't think that's a good idea. At first it's hard to keep this holding, but after all, I recommend this way from the beginning. Okay, now I'll tell you what we can do with them. Now we're ready to cut. However, please note, this is for your security. When you do it, please try not to face the blades towards your hand. So this is the bad example. It may cause hand injuries. So please make sure your safety. This is the rule we must follow. Cutting the thick is the best point for them. Look at here. These thick and sharp blades enable to cut hard stems with just a little power. Not only cutting, they help flowers live longer. Using this thickness, we can also chop the stems. By doing this, flowers get much more surfaces to soak up water, which keeps flowers fresh. This is also for keeping flowers fresh, peeling the skins of branches. And finally, bending leaves. The handles or warabi-te scissors are round. Put the leaves on the handle and keep pressure on it. If you get your hand lower and keep pulling, you can make curves. So for example, like this leaf. So we can make a curve. For advanced example, we can fix the naturally twisted curves. Okay, now I showed you the functions of the scissors. For tsuru-te scissors, the ability is fundamentally the same. So let's see what would happen if the shape's different. The first is about power control. For tsuru-te scissors, the power you can add is very limited because we're holding this with fingers. For warabi-te, the amount of power increases since we hold them with a hand. The stronger it is, the easier we can control it. I mean, you can choose not to cut. For example, when I bend these hard stems, scissors are helpful. By scratching the surface as possible to break as ease. Second, it's kind of weak point, but it takes a while to get used to it. In our daily life, we use this type of scissors more. So at first, you think it difficult to cut the flowers well. Including me, beginners will struggle for holding this kind of scissors. And one of the mistakes I often did was missing to hold the lower part. Sometimes they say it's like holding pliers, and it's more or less right. But unlike pliers, the lower hand of warabi-te scissors falls down naturally. So I used to forget about gravity a lot of time. And as I told, there happens a bad habit to put the index finger between handles. At first, it's exhausting to move the rest of 4 fingers, especially index finger, pinching the upper hand with thumb, muscles around here. It gets less exhausted to get these 2 fingers closer. But again, this is a bad idea. Not only you have to switch holding when cutting hard stems, but you may pinch your finger here. For security and efficiency, I don't recommend that holding. Third, the power balance is stable. According to the lever principle, normally the blades near the hand could have much power. But for them, even with just the edge of the blades, it never fades away. We can cut something soft like a string. For the last, this kind of tool is useful for your life. Compared with tsuru-te scissors, the blades are wide. So if you take good care of them, it won't be worn down. Let me introduce my bodies from the beginning. It's been 15 years since I used them, but looks like they're brand new, right? And I'm going to use them for the rest of my life. Okay, I've explained a lot about the scissors, but how is it? The world of ikebana is deep, even just a pair of scissors. In my channel, I'm posting this kind of ikebana videos, so if you like it, please don't forget to leave your likes, comments, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.